Now when you're on the same team, you know, and there's one common goal, are they mature enough as collegiate athletes to handle that responsibility?
And what an opportunity comes with that responsibility, as Venezuela and the national team is officially out on the court right now. This is a team that placed 4th in the South American Championships. That's how they got here today to qualify. And what's on the line in this competition? Well, an automatic ticket to the Olympic qualifier in February of next year. So this is where the road to the Olympics begins. But for Team USA, they've already sealed their ticket. They're #1 in the world and the reigning world, Olympic, and certainly the AmeriCup champions here. And there they are. Team USA, they're going to be coached by Cami Etheridge. And this is a group, or a team, shall I say, that has won 2 straight AmeriCup tournaments. If they win this one, it will be the 3rd in a row, a first in AmeriCup history. So they certainly are the favorites, but that means, Javon, they've got a target on their back the whole way.
When you're the favorite, that means everybody's gunning for you. Everybody's going to give you their best effort, and there's some big names on the USA side. So your opponents are competitors at the end of the day, right? So they eat, sleep, bleed just like you do, and they're going to come out here, they're going to give you their best shot.
And before basketball gets going, we will start with national anthems. First for the visiting team, Venezuela. And now for the home nation, the United States of America. What a moment, Javon. These young women making their first ever appearance with the senior team for Team USA. You remember when you made your first appearance for Team Canada? What was that like?
I was jittery. I was nervous. My first shot, I probably shot it over the backboard. But, you know, that experience, and I mentioned it before, is that you put on that jersey, you only get to represent your country in war and in sport, right? So I'm choosing sport, and it's a tremendous honor for these women, for these ladies, and if it's your first time, I think it's one of those memories that always stick with you, and you have just an opportunity to come out here and compete. Anytime you have an opportunity to come out and compete, win, and just showcase your talent while wearing your country's jersey, that's something special.
And those are the crew members that will be tasked with officiating it. This is a look at the Venezuela starting five. Josamir Corrales will be the captain. You're going to want to keep an eye on Daniela Wallen. She's the key returner and the captain that led this squad. She plays some 3x3 as well. Mariana Duran, Perez, and Fajardo round out the starting five for this Venezuelan squad that walks in with the number 8 power ranking in this tournament. A lot of room to grow for Venezuela. They are led by Eduardo Pinto in his 3rd year. He joined Venezuela in April 2020. He was a former Ecuadorian coach, and he walks in with decades of experience, which has helped to steady this Venezuelan squad. You'll see them wearing purple. The purple jerseys stand for support for a movement to call an end to genocide against women in their country. So they are playing for much more than just basketball here in the AmeriCup. On the other side of the court, they're the lucky ones. They get to take on the number 1 team in the world, Team USA. All smiles here in warm-up. The average age, 20 years old. This is by far the youngest group here in Leon, Mexico.
And we're feeling the energy from them already, right before we tip off, we're getting above the rim and they're trying to dunk.
Yeah, and look at the starting five there. Pretty much everybody can dunk. Jewel Spear, Rakia Jackson, Deja Kelly, Angel Reese, their captain, and reigning NCAA champion, and Charisma Osborne rounds out the starting five for Team USA. Yeah, definitely a different energy, right?
Right away. And you know what? To give these teams credit, they were also in the building. They watched a bit of that first game. They seen there was 35 combined turnovers in that first game, right? So you come out here, there's a different energy. You're a bit more loose. And you just want to come out here and have fun.
Under a minute before these two tip off, and for Team USA, they're led by Cammie Etheridge, the Hall of Fame coach and basketball player. She actually won a gold medal with Team USA back in the 1988 Olympics, and so this group has been together in training camp the last couple of weeks. Meanwhile, Venezuela, they've added a lot of young talent to complement some of their veterans on the roster. This group's been training for a month, and get this, Javon, they were the first team here in Leon because they wanted to get adjusted. There's a time difference, right? There's food, environment, all kinds of things that come into play.
And all those little things matter, right? Sometimes you don't take into account, but for these women to step on the court and be at, their peak and be at top performance, little things like that matter. Getting adjusted to the bed, getting adjusted to the meals, the time, the climate. So it's, that was a heady play there to get in early, get acclimated. And I'm sure that Edward Pinto he was the one that just probably suggested that and said, I want to get my ladies in early, get them acclimated, get them comfortable, because we're coming out here to compete.
All right, so we're getting ready to jump. In the center is Angel Reese. And Venezuela's Fajardo. USA with the rock first. Kelly will call the offense. Jackson cuts the middle. Shot off to the right. Reese battles with the cleanup. It's a miss. She gets her own rebound. And this one tracked down by Duran. Venezuela ball. Perez. Skip pass down low. Looks. Finds a good position. Wallen. And Jackson will go, coast to coast. She'll pass it out to Kelly. No look pass to Reese, and a foul before any of that action. And offensive against Team USA.
Little late call there. Ramping her body on the line and taking the charge, taking it squared. You can see just bumped her elbow on the court there, but that's what this is about, right? Giving up your body, laying it on the line, and sacrificing for your team. Little plays like that.
Looking for Wallen on another cut. Perez. Open look there from Fajardo. Enrique Jackson tracks it down. She liked what she saw. Osborne, nothing but net. USA is on the board.
Well, that's a great push, and Osborne has the basketball on that strong side there. The defense has a choice to make playing too. She just that light pass fake, gets the defense off, loosens the defensive end, and pops up into the shot.
Duran getting tangled up, the defense from Osborne.
So both of these teams are, early on just being aggressive defensively. Early, we've seen Duran take a charge, and USA just getting up into the shorts of Venezuela, just being aggressive, being assertive. And both teams are trying to set the tone defensively early.
Daniela Wallen, 28-year-old returner and captain off this squad from last AmeriCup. Baseline shot deflected there. Osborne around the action. Deja Kelly with the ball. USA working around the horn. Osborne, 10-footer's good.
What Osborne does there is Reese is coming over to set that strong side ball screen, and she does a great job just rejecting the screen, getting baseline, clean shot into a jump shot.
Perez waiting for her team to make something happen. Corrales to the corner. Fajardo again, deep three. That one is off. And there's only one pace for Deja Kelly. She's taking it all the way. Deja Kelly.
One pace and change of pace. She penetrates, gets to her left hand. And just that slight pause, that slight hesitation, just gets the defense on the heels. Here you see Kelly. Whoop. Now you see me, now you don't. Left hand finish, kisses off the glass. Nice and easy finish.
And another late whistle here at the end of that play. It's going to go against Angel Reese. So USA with 3 quick team fouls. Corrales nearly walks. Skip pass. Perez driving left. Nowhere to go. Turnaround jumper. Reese all over it. Takes it up strong. Hands off to Rikia Jackson.
Now that's Reese with the block shot, pushing the ball the length of the floor, and all eyes are on her. She commands so much attention, but just drops it down to Jackson for the nice finish there. Looked like she may have rolled her ankle. Hopefully she's not hurt. But a big-time play by Reese. That's why she's a champion, right? You come up with a defensive stop there, push the ball the length of the floor. Talk about skill at her size and just being unselfish, dropping it down to your teammate. And you know what happens when you do that? Next play down, Jackson's going to be – hopefully she's getting up. Hopefully she gets up here. Jackson will be willing to just give me another pass, get me an open shot, get me a better shot.
But on that replay, you saw that she came down a little hard on that right ankle, and she's going to get the attention that she needs here with the incredible staff.
There's one thing that you hate, right, is an injury of any level, any capacity, because these women, these athletes put so much time, they invest so much into their craft. And you think about it, the training camp leading up to this, the travel halfway across the world and leaving your family, leaving your friends, leaving your loved ones, and just to get hurt, right? Even if it's just a nagging injury, it's always a setback. It's always a little deflating.
So Rikia Jackson will get some medical attention. We'll keep an eye on her during this contest. And coming out in her place is going to be Janiyah Barker, the 19-year-old from Texas A&M.
See here, Reese, the rejection of the screen by Osborne, just stopping before the defense can recover into a jump shot. Just a great awareness, great read, so that defense can't recover and contest.
Fajardo, a little high-low action. Perez turns, shoots. It's short. Reese with the rebound. Nice behind the back handle by Osborne. Looking for a teammate. On the corner, look now, Osborne. In Venezuela, we're moving in transition. Three and a half minutes through, and Venezuela looking for their first bucket against the world #1. Wallen hits the deck.
Great attack there by Wallen. One thing you have to give Venezuela credit for is how patient they've been. Doesn't matter how fast USA wants to play, they're sticking to what they know can be their strength. You're not going to win this game by playing a trap meet or playing to USA's strength there. But Wallen, a good job attacking, and Reese just getting her hand stuck in the cookie jar there and keeping the ball alive for Wallen and attacking the basket.
And for Reese, that's her second personal foul, so it looks like she is taking a seat at the bench as well as Charisma Osborne. Wallen hits the first. And a whistle against Venezuela here. Full court pressure. Deja Kelly being guarded tightly there by Duran. Lock presence, Barker.
That's a luxury you have, that size, right? Barker and Marshall on the court. You have Reese on the bench right now. But still to come out and have that size, you push it the length of the court. Those ladies are down there being wide and giving yourself a target to get them the basketball. It's just an easy game. It becomes a very easy game for the guards. You should already be counting your assists. I'm telling the bigs, listen, finish the basketball. I'm trying to lead this tournament in assists. Finish the rock.
Barker misses the first. 19-year-old stands at 6'3" from Texas A&M. Not too far of a flight to Leon. I'm sure there was a connection. 1 for 2 for Barker. Raven Johnson on Duran. Perez thought she saw an open Duran. Miscommunication.
Miscommunication, but I like the idea though, right? USA's heating you up. Use that against them. Right, take that pressure, welcome that pressure, cut back door and get yourself some easy ones. Loosen up the defense.
Marshall, nice hands by Daniela Wallen. Taking pockets, let's see if she can finish. No, 2 big white jerseys came slamming her way. Marshall and Barker weren't gonna let her have it an easy one.
2 tough possessions for her, right? The miss on the back door, and now tries to get in there, and you can see she got bumped around a bit. It's going to be an aggressive tournament. Tough, physical tournament.
Wallen unintimidated. She plays 3-on-3, or I think they call it 3x3. You know, so she's a very skilled guard and unintimidated.
(3x3), also known as wrestling.
Okay, got it. Thank you for that clarity. Outlet pass, Wallen on the block.
That's a great look. Duran just kicking the ball up the floor, and Wallen just keeping eyes on the prize.
Pull up Jay Kelly, good.
That's nice.
Silencer.
That's nice.
Oh, right read, right place. Janiyah Barker laying it in.
Just using her length there, right? There's no play, there's no call. Just timing the basketball, getting the tip on it. That's where deflections are so important. You get a tip, anything can happen.
Wallen. Perez, deep 3, had to put all of her body into that one. There in the way is Raven Johnson. Behind the hoop, reverse, reverse. It's a miss. Would have been pretty for Deja Kelly. Going the other way, Wallen up strong. Weak side board comes down to Spear. Spear Wing 3 off. Duran looking for a teammate. Skip pass right back to Mariana Duran. Playing a little up and down basketball here.
Yeah, and you can see Duran and Wallen, they have chemistry, right? They haven't capitalized, they haven't knocked any shots down at this point. But the looks that they're getting, Duran looking up the court and Wallen running out and running the floor and getting those looks there. At some point, they're going to drop, but you can see both of those two. You can see cross-court pass, full length of the court, Wallen catching the ball, finishing. Just little plays like those. It's going to come. Game 1, right? Timing is going to come. Chemistry is going to come. But those two, you can tell they played together before.
A whole lineup change for Team USA. So we've got to welcome all the new faces. 3:48 to play in the first quarter. It's USA 14, Venezuela 3. Make it 17, courtesy Lila Filia.
You get a shot like that, there's a saying that goes hand down, man down.
Quevedo to Duran. Rivera. Lots of hands in the lane. Feel it over to Marshall inside. First touch for Lauren Betts. She'll kick it out to the top of the elbow. In trouble there was Marshall. Tracking it down. Delia, wow, what great body control to not go out of bounds. And she pops up the shot. And we're going to have a shot clock violation. You see her hold on to that ball? Not let it go out of bounds? Osborne picking up Duran, full court. Quevedo off the screen. Little motion offense here for Venezuela. Reverse is deflected. Filia head down, straight up to the rack, a miss. Marshall pulls down the rebound and she's dinged.
And Marshall's been working a couple possessions before. You know, she got tied up. It was a wrestling match down there. She keeps fighting. You mentioned it here. Just catches the basketball, gets nicked on the forearm there. Just that follow through, and that's the thing. You got to have the concentration to continue your follow through, because that's what the ref's looking for, to say, okay, determine whether is this a shot for shot for 2 or is this out of bounds.
Brian Marshall, 20-year-old, plays for Southern California. A couple other colleagues on the team are playing for the University of California. So a lot of California love down here in Leon, Mexico. Takeaway by USA. Kick out to Osborne. Still playing with it. Betts puts it down. It's taken away. Pico. To Riviera. Jumper on the free throw line. Should be in.
The right idea, right? She knows she has the bigger Marshall on her. She's going to take advantage and put the ball on the floor.
Spear. Excuse me, Filia. A miss from the wing. Pico driving on the left. Was hoping for the kiss off the glass. Betts clears it. Chance Gray. A miss. Marshall's got it tracked. And we'll see Raya Marshall take the free throw line once again.
And Venezuela's got to recognize right now that as soon as there's a change in possession, right, USA is getting out and running. That's not a surprise anymore, right? And you look at that first shot there, it was with 18 seconds on the clock. So they're not going to be shy with it at all. And they have rebounders. They got Marshall on the floor. You got Betses on the floor. They're going to be aggressive. Their guards are going to push the tempo. They're going to take shots. And they got rebounders to get them second chance opportunities.
A nice cha-ching there for Ryan Marshall.
Show me the money.
All her points coming from the free throw line so far today. And she's got 3 as Angel Reese checks back in. She's out on the floor playing with 2 personal fouls, but Coach Etheridge feels pretty comfortable here with a 90-second mark in the first quarter to put her back in. Diaz, quite a height discrepancy there with Diaz and Betts. That one's tossed into USA's hands. Gray to trailing Reese. A snafu and Pico's all alone. Nice finish from Barbara Pico.
Sometimes you just need to see one go down. Pico running out. That's how Wallen got that first basket as well, just running out.
Gray to Felia. Broken out, Rivera staying on her, and we have a backcourt violation. The defensive effort pays off.
That's one thing for certain, right? You give effort on the defensive end, at some point, you're going to blow up a play, whether it's you stepping in front and getting in front of the defense or getting the deflection. But nobody wants you to be physical with them. You know, the full length of the game, the 40-minute game. Wears you down.
Martinez out to Fajardo. Deep 3, way off its mark. And USA's got 11 seconds to play with shot clocks off. And Chance Gray did not have the attention of Osborne. A coachable moment as a timeout is called. So 9.5 seconds left in the first quarter. Venezuela ball, USA with a turnover its last possession. And so USA picks Venezuela up full court. Diaz, pull up 3 after the screen, in and out. There's a cap on the basket for Venezuela.
And that's a good look. You got to be happy with that, right? Coach Pinto there, nice draw. Martinez says a great screen. You got a great look. You couldn't ask for anything more than that.
And at the end of the first quarter, it's Team USA up by 15, 20-5. On the screen for you right now.
That's the one that sticks out right there, is the rebounding discrepancy right there. right? And it's usually a sign and telling of the measure of how aggressive you are. USA leading in that department.
If you're looking at the screen right now, go ahead and scan over that QR code and download the Courtside 1891 app. That's where you're gonna find the latest scores, behind the scenes footage, and all the fun stories with all the teams with the AmeriCup this year. All right, start of second quarter, Team USA 20, Venezuela 5. It's day number 1. I'm Despina Barton alongside my dear friend Javon Shepard. You're watching the Women's FIBA AmeriCup 2023. Nice little sequence there with the finish by Fajardo for Venezuela.
Well, Urbina just patient there. That extra dribble just forces the defense to step up. She does a great job of splitting the pass. And that's where you get the easy layup. Draw two, drop pass, pocket pass there, easy layup.
Spears shots off. We're moving with Venezuela. Martinez. Marquez, the captain of this squad, 40 years old, by the way. We have 3 over 40-year-olds competing in this competition, and I'm a few years behind them, but I cannot imagine running up and down.
Well, I can tell you how hard it was for me to get out of my bed this morning. Everything hurts, my knees, my ankles, so I can only imagine them still playing. I got to give them all the credit in the world.
And you've been retired since, what, 2020?
2020.
Yes. Lots of legs and a lot of life left in many of these players. Deja Kelly fouled on the floor.
And Urbina knew it, right? She puts up her hand on the foul there. That's one of the ones you don't want. It's a touch foul. It's on the jump shot. It's for 3. So now you put Kelly at the free throw line to shoot 3 of them, right? And it's tough because it's a bad foul, 1. But 2, it's a 3-point play. Well,
Deja Kelly misses the first.
Give you some grace.
Yeah, the 21-year-old, she plays for University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Pretty famous for some of the other athletes that came through the university.
Just a little bit, huh?
Just a little
Just
bit.
a tad bit. That guy, Michael Jordan, something like that. Some guy by the name Jordan.
So she's in great company. Over there with the Tar Heel blue, the baby blue. 2 out of 3 for Deja Kelly. Fajardo now looking for some help. Urbina, shot goes up by Martinez. Easy rebound from Jackson to feed up to Reese. That one's pretty! And 1, Reese. The combo.
Great concentration. Reese running the length of the floor, and she almost looks like a wide receiver there, right? Because her eyes are up, sees the play developing. Jackson makes a great pass, and just the concentration, the timing over her left shoulder, and enough touch to put it off of the glass, high enough off of the glass so that it gets there, and light enough so it drops. 3-point opportunity.
Ricky Jackson to Angel Reese. Early chemistry between those two.
Really good, yeah.
And she completes the 3-point play. Fajardo, wing shot. It's short. Reese there, looking down. The pass intended for Jackson.
I want to see Venezuela right now. Just actually, they're running their offense. They're patient there, but in terms of just setting screens, I think they're just allowing USA to dictate the pace, the aggression, and be far more assertive. You know, run your play, set the screen, right? Get your teammate open.
And especially for being here as long as they have, right? This roster is one of the first to be finalized of all the 10 nations.
The one thing they don't mention when you're in training camp and you're working out against each other is that you know your own plays, you know your own intensity.
So you play up or play down to that, correct?
Well, you play down to that in a sense, right? And then when you come out here, sometimes you get a little shocked at the intensity of your opponent, right? When the level goes up.
Eduardo Pinto making some changes with his lineup on the floor right now. Checking in is Gualesca Perez, and Barbara Pico will take a breather. Abigail Shu is now on the floor for Team USA. I'm going to say now we've officially seen all 12 of the active roster players for USA. And a foul off the bat. Venezuela now with 3 team fouls here in the second quarter. 2 more and the USA will be in a bonus. Kelly nearly pickpocketed from Corrales. Instead, it's a foul. Tough line to walk, huh? Javon, for people who did not get to watch you play and represent Team Canada, how would you describe yourself as a player on the court?
I'm going to call myself a scorer. Okay.
But were you pesky, or like what characteristics did you have besides scoring?
I didn't tell you I played much defense. I wasn't. I'm not promising you that.
Hey, he's honest, everybody. He's honest.
Give me the rock, and when you want me to play defense, coach, I'm not listening to you.
She with the rebound, the kick out to Reese. She's there. One dribble, up and in.
You know, we laugh about roles, but you know, your role shifts for all these ladies, all these women, depending on the teams that they're going to play on. They're going to go from college to pros and national team. Your role is always going to shift. Scores are going to be scores sometimes. You're going to be a defender. You're going to be a rebounder. When your sole goal is to win and be a winner, that's a part of the maturity in basketball, in this sport, is you just got to do anything that your coach asks to do.
Nice take by Rikia Jackson. Offensive skill there on the baseline. Another look at the turn, spin, shoot. Complete. It's been a 9-2 run for Team USA here in the second quarter. Wallen's back on. Corrales. Marquez. Perez here in the face of Spear. Big rebound. Barker. Barker taking the lane, splits through the defenders. Perez picks up her dribble. Corrales waiting for it. She hits it. The second field goal of the quarter for Venezuela. Spear decides to take it herself. Off back, Ram Whalen looking to kick it. Marquez, backdoor, Perez is there, left, finish, no. Another shot, she goes, no look pass to Whalen. Betts collects the board. Osborne, a couple dribbles in, nails it.
Osborne, great shot, right? For Venezuela, they got 2 good looks in their last possessions, right? And how did that come by? 2 back doors, just welcoming the pressure by USA. Now they've got to get comfortable and just recognizing, okay, loosen up the defense. When I get to the rim, the ball gets in my hands. Just be comfortable and confident putting the ball up at the rim.
Marquez, little elbow shot. Hits the parquet, no foul called. We're rolling now with Barker. Betts. Osborne takes it herself, right through the gut. It's getting too easy for Team USA.
Yeah, you've got to stop the paint touches, and Osborne, credit her for just her change of pace, her composure when she gets into the paint, and her ball control.
Marquez to Perez. No look pass for Hardo. The finish. That looks good.
It looks clean. It looks clean. You attract 2 in the post, you get a cut. A nice shot, a comfortable shot. At this level, these ladies can make that.
And a foul against number 5 for Team USA. They're saying Jewel Spear pushed off. And so that's Team USA's first team foul this quarter. And 5th overall in this contest. Whalen takes the right lane. Barker and Osborne in her way.
Well, Whalen did a good job there, just seeing that Barker was going to be late coming from the weak side and just attacked going to her right and got position early, used her body to just shield herself and draw the foul. But a good job just reading, and that's just awareness of the core of the defense and just seeing, okay, the defense is out of position. You're going to be late coming over. I'm going to use my quickness and beat you to the spot.
Whalen's first free throw is good. She's got 4 points here today. Make it 5. Betts gives it back to Osborne. Mid-range, no good. Venezuela and Perez are running. Feed. And the foul, Quevedo following through. Positive things for Venezuela to build off of. 3:20 left to play in the first half. Raven Johnson with the ball, the kick to Osborne. Betts will look for the feed, and she hits Johnson on the cut. Backdoor is good.
And Johnson just waited there. She was so open. She was there for about 5 seconds. I don't know if Betts saw her late, but finally zipped it down there.
Fajardo, high-low, knocked away. Barker keeps it for herself. do a substitution here. Betts gets a breather, and we see Rhea Marshall step back on the floor. And Chance Gray returns. Barker hits the first. She's got 8 so far in this contest. She'll high five, and Rakia Jackson steps on the floor in her place. Full court pressure, USA. Perez being guarded. Perez tracking down her loose ball and knocked out, blocked by Rhea Marshall. And the ball stays here with Team USA. Coach Mary Etheridge running that sideline. Last AmeriCup, it was Dawn Staley leading Team USA. Baseline jumper uncontested. It won't go. And Venezuela feeds up court. Pull up jumper Marquez. Long 3 ball, no good. Celia, this is where she hit it earlier. And Perez to Whalen. Blocked from behind. No, it's a foul going against Raven Johnson.
Anytime there's a transition opportunity, Whalen just seems to be right there. She gets out her first 2-3 steps, get her above the half, get her away from the defense, ahead of the defense. Great job there, just dropping it down. Right, she could have forced herself a shot, but she attacks, draws 2, and drops it down for Perez. Now you have an opportunity for 2 at the free throw line. But it starts with that first initial, run out. 2-3 steps, you put your head down, and you got to get ahead of the defense.
So we are in the bonus, Team USA, with 5 personal fouls already. So Venezuela can certainly work to capitalize from the free throw line these next couple minutes. One for 2 for Perez. And knocked away. Great hand, Martinez for Venezuela. And it can't be wrangled in. Chance Gray working. Rakia Jackson stripped away, but not without contact. Durant saying.
All ball, all ball. Well, you know what they say, Durant, ball don't lie, right? So
we're gonna find out,
We're gonna find out. Jackson stepping up to the line, and she looks pretty confident about it. Ball don't lie.
Jackson misses the first, and then Shania Twain starts playing. Oh, you know what? I think that there's something to do with Shania Twain. Okay, with Mary Etheridge's team at Washington State University, I think they got a shout out from Shania Twain, and she's obviously the head coach of Team USA here in Leon, Mexico during the NCAA tournament. Perez comes up empty-handed on the left. Feed down to Chance Gray on the left. She finishes. Under under a minute to play here in the first half. You're watching the FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Venezuela, USA, day number 1, Group A action. Four seconds to shoot. Martinez throws up a Hail Mary there. Skip pass all the way down to Marshall. That's not called chair picking anymore, is it? It's just transition.
Transition.
No, she was definitely running the lane. After the board. Duran behind the screen. Misses off back rim. And we'll slow things down with Raven Johnson. 6 seconds on the game clock. High roll. Jackson doesn't need a dribble. She'll get to shoot too.
And you have the patience there to get that mid-pick and roll. And now you have the mismatch that you want. Great job dropping it down and getting yourself a foul here. And just understanding, okay, there was 11 seconds on the clock. We're going to run the clock down and get a good shot, give ourselves a good opportunity. And Jackson gets herself two shots at free throw line.
6 points for Rakia Jackson, the 22-year-old out of the University of Tennessee. And you might remember in the first quarter, she's the one that went down with the ankle roll. But she's back, which is such a great thing. She hits both. Shu smothering Perez, and that's how the first half of action ends. It is Team USA up 46, Venezuela 16, a 30-point differential in the favor of the #1 team in the world.
Well, game 1, I said it was paint touch, post touch. Game 2 here, USA versus Venezuela. Pressure by USA, just heating up Venezuela, getting out and running, just getting themselves some easy baskets, right? They're not even running sets at this point. They're just really getting into Venezuela, not allowing them to run their sets, not allowing them to set screens, just blowing everything up for them.
Pretty even from the free throw line. USA has a couple more three-pointers, but you're seeing the percentage on the field.
56% from the floor.
Yeah. Oh, and look at the rebounds.
36-17.
Doubling it up. But no one here in double digits yet for Team USA. They're spreading the wealth.
They're distributing the basketball. And like I said, when you're playing really good defense, everybody runs out and everybody touches the basketball. What happens there? You're more motivated to come back down to defensive end and play more.
Here's a look at all the best plays of the second quarter.
Unique character. Unique chemistry.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is the peak of the game.
It's the toughest competition in the basketball world to win.
That is why I will be there.
Because when you win for one,
You win for all.
O'Neal, Koenig, move to the basket.
Sometimes when we watch Jennifer Hill playing, it's like watching the 3-on-3 basketball.
Henderson trying to get past Bromley, the feed to Holman.
Tied up, plays bigger than she is.
Rome protecting the rock, finds a way to get it up, and it goes in with an extra touch.
They changed the speed of the game. They have 19 points in fast breaks, 22 points in the paint.
USA working around the horn. We haven't got to see a lot of one-on-one work from this. Puerto Rico national
That's gonna be in the highlights.
Carolina Lopez. Everybody George knows what to do when she's around the rim. Beautiful move from Anisha George.
And she's a monster with this that spin move.
7 seconds ball is in. Casado lets it fly from half court. Oh,
No!
doesn't go. She got it! Myra Casado with the buzzer shot from half court. Rome trying to hit the back door. Roas can't go anywhere with it. And it goes down! Just as I say that. Rojas with the bucket.
She's more.
Loose ball. Henderson to Jones.
Nice. Assist number 29. I don't even know how she did that.
AmeriCup compared to the senior class. Tell me what is an advantage for them with their youth and what is maybe a disadvantage?
Well, the disadvantage is who's going to accept the lesser role, right? Because there's not enough minutes and there's not enough ball for every one of these ladies to get the shots that they want, get the minutes that they want. So who's willing to sacrifice, right? And that's the disadvantage if you're a player. If you're a coach, that's a good problem to have, right? Because the players on the back end of the bench, when they step on the court, they should come out with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, what a duty to have to manage the minutes and the rotations of a group of extremely talented young women.
And you know what? You said it there too, just talented, right? And also, as young as they are, coaching these ladies up as well, because you don't want to just rely on talent, because then you're doing them a disservice. You want them to continue to develop into the players that they're going to be and contribute to them reaching their ceiling. And for all these teams, the 10 teams that we're going to see in this tournament, international play is about building, and having 20 to 30 women, a pool of 20 to 30 players that you can pull from, plug and play from at all times, because life happens, right? Injuries happen, and availability, depending on the tournaments, you may not have your top 12 every tournament. So, just to foster and continue to share, the wealth of knowledge, veterans, coaches, and so forth, and just continue to develop all your talent is so important. Is really fostering that depth of talent.
Creating that pipeline so it keeps feeding itself, right? If y'all are looking at your screen right now, go ahead and scan over that QR code. Make sure you've downloaded the Courtside 1891 app. Make sure you're also following our communications and digital team here, boots on the ground on all of our social media platforms. They got some cool behind-the-scenes interviews, learned a lot more about what makes Venezuela and Team USA so special. Their off-the-court quirks. They're doing a lot of work here to bring you the storylines off the court. We are back to the original starting five for Team USA on the court. They, of course, have flipped the side of the court, as I'm easily distracted because there are fans here getting in places just to get pictures with Team USA as they prepare to inbound the ball. I just love how much the women's game has grown over these last 10 years.
Exponentially.
Yes. Yes. I think they always used to say if you give them the opportunity, they will rise. And certainly Angel Reese is a product of all of those before her. Osborne, you were talking about her calming leadership on the court. Reese was running her lane, wasn't prepared, but they're in the box out. In fact, I think she's going to pick up her third personal foul here. Throwing her hands up with frustration. And that indeed is going to go against Reese. That was her made basket the previous trip down the court.
Little stick-to-itiveness.
Urbina with the ball working off the screen. Corrales rolls. Pretty look. Osborne sees Reese this time. No mistaking the finish on the other end.
Okay, how many times has Reese ran the floor, finished with her right hand? We've seen her do that earlier on this end of the basket. Now you see her finishing with the left hand. That's just skill and the concentration, the timing to get her feet right.
9 points for Reese. Cutting off the baseline there was Jackson. 4 seconds to shoot. Jewel Spear, the kick up. Ricky Jackson skip passes. Kelly, corner. Not before being fouled.
Kelly, she gets tackled. But she knew she had Osborne in the corner. As she's getting tackled, she's making that pass to the corner. Just great awareness, great awareness.
It's like the receiver that gets the ball right in, the middle of the field where it's the most dangerous. You know what's going to happen. She stayed calm. Jackson, deep wing shot, no good. Rebound there by Urbina. Guadalupe Diaz, running point for Venezuela. Fajardo. Corrales sending Pico through. Diaz behind multiple screens. Can she hit it off the bank? And Osborne, the offensive foul right in front of the official.
Diaz does a great job just keep moving her feet, right? Not hands, just beating Osborne to the spot and just taking the contact there. And here you see just behind the screen, stop, pop, simple plays.
USA capitalizing off the turnover. Let's see if they can convert. They don't. Eduardo Pinto in his third year leading this Venezuela squad. They are a group that disappeared a little bit. They missed a lot of high-level events and lacked some stability the last few years. And so they're really looking to build. And like you said, Javon, it's a 6, 7, 8-year game plan.
Yeah, you have to think when you're building, this is about the Olympic cycles, right? That's a 4-year cycle. So you can't have a short mindset. It's got to be the long game, and you got to have patience when you're in a rebuild mode.
And this Venezuelan squad, great feed down low. Rivera on the finish. Pico running a lot of offense through her. Yeah, this is a group that finished 4th in the South American Championship. That's how they're here. The top 4 teams in that tournament qualified for this one, as Reese will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, this is a group that I would say not in rebuild mode, but reload, right? And again, just having that patience and just knowing, taking the time to have the athletes understand the big picture, right? So everybody invests a little more.
And the flip side for USA, right? Their A team, their national team, they're playing the WNBA right now.
Yeah.
Right? So this is an opportunity to get investment from the younger, I don't want to say students. Students isn't the right word. The younger players to know what it feels like, I imagine, at this level to play.
And, to add to that, you're constantly being evaluated, right? So just being in the situation, it's not about how many baskets you score, just getting acclimated with playing under pressure, right? Playing in those scenarios where I'm being evaluated. And can I perform under those situations? And how comfortable am I in those moments?
Reese takes a breather. She's got 11 points, leading Team USA. Corrales picks up her dribble, needs some help. Riviera. Diaz dribbles to the left, cuts through defenders, takes quite a few steps, yep, and she'll get called for traveling. Johnson, her pockets are picked. Guadalupe Diaz, we're running in transition. Venezuela successful. Fajardo on the finishing end. Johnson, again, in the middle of things. Venezuela making it sticky and difficult. Pico, beautiful lay-in.
Back-to-back turnovers, back-to-back buckets. You force a timeout. All right, this is great energy. Look over at Venezuela's bench. Everybody's up. Everybody's enthusiastic. Just spirited play.
And Team USA calling a timeout. If you're Venezuela, what are you saying to your team right now to keep it going?
Well, one thing is working, right, is ball pressure, right? And teams that pressure don't like to be pressured. So you force two turnovers back to back, and guards are doing a great job right now. But everybody on the perimeter, you got to do a better job of denying now because they're going to get off the ball earlier. You don't want to give those outlets, but continue to apply that pressure there and not allow USA to settle into their offense, not allow USA to get the rebounds and run the floor like they've been doing all game.
Finding a way to be impactful.
The defense going under the screen twice there, you see. Defense goes under the screen. You got that space and that time. You got to be comfortable jumping up and popping right into it.
Big dribble for Barker. Nikia Jackson back to Barker. And a foul called. Coach Pinto doesn't see where that foul existed. Corrales pleading her case as well. It's going to go against Fajardo, her second. Our photographer saying hello to us. Oh, making sure he's okay after the clash. Parker hits the first. She's got 8 points here today. Tie up underneath the basket. It's going to stay here with Team USA. Raven Johnson to inbound. Quick pass into Barker. Johnson really trying to get it into Betts, and we're going to have a 5-second call. Or excuse me, it's a foul?
Foul.
Foul.
Yep. The forearm. And good things happen when you pressure the basketball. Good things happen. And Diaz has done a tremendous job this third quarter, just really getting into the shorts of the defense. Here you see her just getting up on Osborne and trying to get the off arm up into the chin there.
Corrales at Betts. She'll go right at her. Betts covers. Great block. Felia. Strong take is off, but I think the late whistle was going to show it staying with USA, but instead it's Venezuela ball.
Corrales there just getting blocked. Betts does a good job just timing it, but the spacing is off. You're penetrating on that right side, the strong side. Your offense has got to stretch the floor and not allow the defense to sink in and just give you a laneway so that you can use your body and extend to the rim.
Pico behind the screen for 3. She hits it. Barbara Pico, the 21-year-old point guard, keeping the momentum, at least on the positive side for Venezuela. A little too much physicality on the other end as
Rivera just fell
Rivera.
asleep. She just fell asleep there. Turned her back and just relaxed. And that's what happens when you're not on the ball. Sometimes the defense tends to relax. You cut aggressive and with a purpose, that ball will find you.
Layla Filia misses the first. 20-year-old out of the University of Michigan.
Oh, see? I knew I liked her. I knew I liked her. I knew I liked her. That's my people. That's family. We bleed blue.
You don't have to tell us what year you graduated from Michigan, so don't worry, Javon.
I didn't tell you my memory is good enough to date back.
The blue blood here.
Blue blood.
Six seconds to shoot. Duran lets it fly. And Johnson plans for the next play for USA. Laying from the left with the right. The roll-in drops.
That's just nice. Just change of pace, right to left crossover. And again, using the inside hand to shield away from the defense and just finishing it.
Pico to the corner. Quevedo tied up. Great hands. What a takeaway by Barker. She still has it. Coast to coast. That's going to go ahead and force Venezuela to call a timeout.
See it here. Ooh. Right, left, attack, protect the basketball, inside hand finish. Ooh, I like it. See Barker, the Euro step finish. That slow step there just evades the defense, and at her size, comes up with the steal, push the ball the length of the floor, the skill to slow down, get your feet right, Euro step through. She's doing it all.
Pasar la pelota a Martínez, Kennedy, enganchar a Mariana y va mano a mano para jugar esto acá. A ver si hay pase acá o pase acá.
So with 3:49 left to play in the third quarter, USA still up by 30, 58-28. About the same spot we started at the break. And the pressure continues. Good hands by Betts. Feed to Quevedo, and she'll step out of bounds. Johnson being guarded tightly by Duran. Duran already pickpocketed her once in this contest. Foul from behind. Betts trying to go hard off the block, and she'll find herself on the free throw line.
When you have that size, right, you just throw the ball up. There's a target that nobody can get to. You start in that horns action, that horn set, come off of it. You know, you look for the high-low. And when you have Betts put your arms up in the air. There's nobody that's up there that's going to be able to defend you with your wingspan. You catch the ball, you have a strong take, give yourself a chance at the and one opportunity. In this case, you go into the free throw line for two.
A substitution here. Raven Johnson steps off. And in her place, Deja Kelly. Betts misses her first free throw as Team USA gets situated with the adjustments. 1 for 2 for Betts. That's actually her first bucket and point of the game. Rivera. Duran working off the screen. Martinez gives it right back. That one just flat. Betts looking for somebody to get open. Sets the screen for Kelly. And the foul on the ground, this one's gonna go against Jolimar Martinez.
That's why coaches tell you in grade school, don't pick up your dribble. Kelly does a great job coming off that ball screen there, just keeping her dribble alive, and that's how she has the ability to draw this foul. Look at it here. If she had picked up her dribble earlier, that would have been a dead play.
And because we're in the bonus, she gets to shoot 2. So Venezuela already handing over 5 personal fouls here in the third quarter.
And if you're in the bonus right now, and you recognize that if you're a guard, you don't come off of that ball. You come back down, you run pick and roll actions, and you try and force the defense to foul you and get yourself to the free throw line again. Just be hungry for some points.
All right, Pico looking down court. Rivera left all alone in that zone.
Those are good shots right there. You get an open shot like that, you got to take it confidently. USA's defense was a little confused there, left you open.
Felia to Gray, 3-pointer. No good, Betts gets the rebound. Whew, flying through was Pico trying to get a piece of it. Kelly on the opposite side takes the physicality. And Deja Kelly, hopefully she's not having any deja vu. That hit looked pretty rough.
It was a solid hit. It was a solid hit. And she's going to get opportunity for and one here. Just a solid take here and great concentration. But the offensive rebound, the unselfishness, the kick out, and 3 passes around the arc, right? She gets it, attacks the baseline there. But it's just that unselfish play. And, that was my question with the USA team. As talented as these women are, how unselfish would they be? And that right there was a perfect example.
9 points for number 9, Deja Kelly. And the defense here forcing a turnover. 2 minutes to play in the third. Felia driving right. Kelly pull-up jumper off the elbow, no go. Duran pushing forward. She'll pull it up on the free throw line, a miss. Betts tracks it down, but not before stepping out of bounds.
That's the gift and the curse of having a wide stride. Didn't really know where she was on the court at the time.
A foul away from the basket, or the ball. Going against Team USA. And Felia. So what that does is it gives Venezuela a fresh shot clock. So 14 seconds to play with. And after that foul, we are in the bonus. So Venezuela will take a spot at the free throw line here.
Just a great sweep, high sweep, Pico. Attack, it's tied up. But you get to the free throw line because of the aggression on the initial attack, right? It wasn't soft, it wasn't complacent, it wasn't relaxed. It was with intention. I'm going above the defense, sweep, and getting downhill.
And Pico gets the first. 6 points for Pico here today. for 2. 1:05 to play in the third. USA and Venezuela. It's opening day of the FIBA Women's AmeriCup Group A play. I'm Despina Barton, joined by Javon Shepard here in the booth. And you're watching the world's #1 team. And a nice finish there from Rhea Marshall. Slow to get up was the veteran for Venezuela, Ivane Marquez. Rivera will take it herself, couple dribbles to a better position. And one and done possession for Venezuela. USA now getting picked up full court. Kelly working off the screens, high-low bets, no, knocked away. Wow, Marquez had a hand on it. Wise veteran.
Marquez, she left her matchup in the corner and came across, knew where the ball was going, great timing.
Layla Filia, right lane opens right up for her. And that's how the third quarter ends. USA up by 36, it's 66 to 30.
¿Qué está sucediendo? ¿Qué está pasando?
Atención, les habla la policía. Sigan las instrucciones para pasar el control. Saquen las manos de los bolsillos y levanten los brazos. Queremos ver los brazos bien alto. Más alto. Así, así. Muy bien. A continuación hay que comprobar cómo suenan esas palmas. Más fuerte. Más fuerte.
Here's a look at the best plays in the third quarter.
Diaz there just getting behind the screen. Nice drop off, nice finish. Attacking the basket again. You draw the defense, great touch. Pick a pocket.
All right, we're getting set for the fourth quarter here inside of the Domo de la Feria. We're in Leon, Mexico, the host nation and the backdrop to the 2023 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Venezuela, USA handedly out in front. So Javon, I'm gonna ask you, with this brand new roster for USA here, what has been your early impressions?
The teamwork, right? And forget, this convincing lead. But what's been impressive to me, when one of these players have hit the floor, the group has ran over. The four of the teammates have ran over to pick them up. So that just shows me a group that's cohesive, a group that's working together.
And any surprises on the other end for Venezuela?
Well, I think the surprise was Venezuela wasn't ready for the pressure that USA came out with, right? And
if anything, that was the surprise. You've got to know USA has this identity, right? Historically, they play aggressive, they play athletic. So you've got to be prepared for that as much as you can. I think in the second quarter, yeah, you sort of adjusted, but you know, you've got to be able to absorb that first punch and just know that, hey, this is the brand of basketball that USA plays.
And they're led there by Mary Etheridge this year, the Washington State University head coach. Venezuela just looking to play as hard as they can and look to advance to the quarterfinals here and get some more experience under their belt. Corrales to Perez. What's strange is we have not seen more of Perez and Wallen. They're not in foul trouble.
You've also got to pace yourself, right? I think the verdict is out on this game, right? So it's a long tournament, right? You've got to kind of save your veterans in a sense and, you know, give some of your younger athletes. This is a great challenge and a great experience for some of the younger athletes on this team to play against, you know, this type of intensity, this type of athleticism.
No look pass to Wallen. Perez off the curl. The screen laid in on the right.
That's great. When she came off of that screen, she did a great job pushing the ball ahead of her where the defense could not get it, collected it, and finished off the glass.
Wild pass down low intended for Jackson. She tries to save it. It's last touch by Venezuela, they say. So the officials will keep the ball with Team USA. No, look, beauty.
Nice behind the back pass. And here you see push the ball through low between the defense. Good finish. Crafty.
Abby Shu gets it in safely. Jewel Spear lets it fly from deep and hits it.
She made something out of nothing there. You can see her trying to call the play, wasn't happening. Just got into a dribble package there, just created something for her team.
Our first field goal of the contest. In fact, only one player has not scored for Team USA, as we've had back-to-back three-pointers for Ivane Marquez, the 40-year-old veteran for Venezuela.
Marquez is doing a great job relocating there, seeing that there was a double team in the post. Defense turned it back.
The only player that has not scored for Team USA, by the way, is Abby, I think she goes by Abigail Shu, out there wearing number 12. So I suspect that she might get some
She's gonna get
touches,
hers.
right?
She's going to get hers. I trust she will. And you know why? Because she's also the youngest of 7 children. So she's been in this position before where she's got to find a way to eat.
That's a true story?
That's a true story.
She plays at Columbia Ivy League in New York City. So she's incredibly sharp. All right, Perez bringing the rock up for Venezuela. Perez, big three, no, it's a miss. Osborne being guarded tightly by Whalen. Around the horn we go, Jackson. Big shot, it goes. Rikia Jackson. It's gotta feel good because it was very scary in the first quarter when she went down with her turned up ankle. Kick ball as the pass was deflected there off the foot of Shu. You You talked about this a little bit, about it being a long tournament, Javon. How does an athlete pace themselves in these sort of tournaments?
Got to take care of your body. Sleep is important. I know you're obviously in different countries, different cities you want to explore, but you've got to eat right? You've got to hydrate yourself, especially in this climate here, and you've got to get your rest. Like, that's paramount.
Osborne down to Jackson turns, tied up, and Corrales is going to pick up the foul, her third. I imagine when you travel with the national team that a lot of your time is taken up, right? So walk us through what maybe a normal day would look like.
Well, your travel days are pretty tough as well, right? They can be long flights, and those flights are obviously, any flight is dehydrating. So one, just keeping your fluids in is important. And then, I think there's a lot of film that you go through because you have to maximize the time that you have with your team, right? There's not a lot of practices. Sometimes you have about an hour on court, and practices are minimal. So the film is important. The practice time that you get is about an hour. So 45 minutes is coaches going through or 30 minutes sometimes going through the X's and O's, the tactics, and then giving players their time to just work on the things that make them comfortable in game, because you can talk about all the X's and O's, all the tactics you want, but your players got to be comfortable. You got to know the shots that they're going to get. They got to see the ball go through the hoop, and then just spending a lot of time together, right? Going to eat together, walking the cities together. So it's fun times, and it builds a lot of memories, builds a lot of, family bonding. But again, it's, you still have just those 24 hours, and there's a lot to pack into it because you are here for a purpose.
Jan's great at inbound here. Great hands. Wow.
And I'll tell you who works overtime. The trainers. Yes. Everybody's in the room.
I imagine trainers and laundry. No. When I was in Sydney, Australia, doing the FIBA, the World Cup, that's where you would meet everybody after these games. Everybody would be in the laundry room or in the training room.
Yep.
Driving left. She'll have to settle for a fadeaway. Her and Wallen pouncing, trying to get a turnover, and it's successful. The feed to Perez. Clean and rewarding. Ooh. And that one right in front of the official. Probably a combination of definitely an elbow to the face of Wallen there. Excuse me, Perez. Meanwhile, everyone here inside the arena is treated to M&M. I don't know if any of the players on the court know who he is.
My, how time flies.
More. All right, the foul's going to go against. Certainly USA here in this instance. So Deja Kelly picks up the personal foul, but it's one step further for a flagrant. So on the free throw line is Waleska Perez, the 29-year-old point guard for Venezuela. And she will get to shoot 2. First one's good. And this is the second. Venezuela will keep the possession though. Fajardo to Whalen. Little tip pass, back to Fajardo on the wing. In and out. You could hear the fans gasp over that one. Kelly ripped up, coughs up the turnover, and we have a back court against Venezuela.
Couple sloppy possessions here.
I think Venezuela can smell a little bit of blood when Deja Kelly's carrying the ball, right? Or maybe it's the easiest target for them to pounce on?
They're frustrating her right now, and
Yeah.
you can see it.
Velia, kick to the corner. Kelly waits for it. It's off. Duran pushes forward. Back to Duran, driving right, splits 2 defenders, land on the right to miss. Gray catches the rebound. Kelly tries it again, same corner, same spot. This time it's short. Whalen to Fajardo. That one goes.
Good run, good run. And she didn't stop short. Whalen did a good job just dropping the ball, perfect timing to Fajardo. Good catch.
And a foul against USA away from the ball.
And you can see the frustration mounting on Kelly right there. They're trying to force it down to her left hand, and she's not accepting it. Going back over to the right, you can just see here the offensive foul. Just move on the screen, and that when you have those fouls there between the big Barker in this instance and the guard, it goes 2 ways, right? The guard's got to wait to give the bigs an opportunity to set their feet solid so that they're not moving to clip the defense.
Wallen gets stripped. Raven Johnson, coast to coast, the lay-in. She's got 6 today, Raven Johnson.
Look at the steal, though. But watch the finish, right? Right foot, right hand finish away from the defense. Nice.
No look pass from Perez. Fajardo finishes off the glass. This is the unit that works so well together.
Yeah.
In the corner, Johnson picks up her dribble. Ball finds its way back to her, and she nails the mid-ranger.
That's tough, because Venezuela played some great defense there, denying hands in the passing lane, and just break her back there.
Perez again, this time Whalen on the block. Falling away. We'll get to shoot 2.
Whalen has a great motor. this one. Drop out Perez. No look. Woo! I like it. Nice.
Timeout here, so we'll take the time away with them. To play. USA up by 27. It's 77-50 here. We'll go back to where we left things at the free throw line. Whalen's first shot, good. Uno más. It's a miss, but she goes after her own rebound. Toe to toe is Johnson and Whalen. A win out for Venezuela. Perez turns, shoots, rolls in and out. Fajardo gets the rebound. Last touch by Venezuela. Excuse me, USA. The line official correcting himself there. Whalen. Just enough space to let it rip. A miss, Betts cleans up the board. And USA back on the offensive. Johnson. The feed to Marshall. And the foul will lend her to the free throw line. Marshall with 7 points here in this contest today. This whole group making their national team debut with Team USA and the senior team. And she misses both. Under 2 minutes to play. Fajardo, deep off the wing. Johnson skip pass over to Felia. Little Euro move. No go, but it's Marshall that keeps it alive and Betts finishes. From this Team USA squad, Javon, what would you like to see improved as they go along? Because this is just day one.
Well, I think, you know, the execution. There's going to be a team that's going to slow down their fast break. They have 26 fast break points tonight. And we'll see here. I don't know what the call is, but they're going to have to my point, they're going to have to find a way to execute in the half court, right? And when a team is pressuring them, and we've seen Venezuela do that a bit earlier, they're coughing over the basketball, seen Kelly get a bit frustrated. Now, when a team is pressing you, how are you going to handle that, right? And I think that's, you know, one of the things that I want to see, because now that you've played game one, teams have a scout, right? They have film, they're going to break down, they're going to try and see what the weaknesses may be, especially for this USA team, which Bullseye is going to be on their back, right? So they're going to find ways to break you down and what could be your weakness. So when the pressure is on, you know, how are you going to handle that?
Under a minute to go. Slipping off the hands of Whalen.
To my point, this USA team is 23 turnovers. So, you know, they're shooting a high percentage, they're shooting a high clip. But when you get up with some better teams and later into this tournament, that's too many turnovers.
Another collision down in the paint. They're up by 25. USA led by 30 at the halftime break and at the start of this quarter. And after this whistle, it looks like Venezuela is going to take a timeout here to talk things over.
Estas se corren para enganchar este roll ahí, la cortina acá, el hammer este acá. Así que es 1 contra 1 para el tiro este de acá afuera. ¿Se entiende? Repito, corto, corto, recibe acá, limpia, para dejar el aclarado, del otro lado hay una cortina para el tiro del hammer atrás. Sí, seguro. ¿Estamos? Vamos.
Javon, if you were Venezuela, what did you do during that timeout? What was your goal?
Well, just composure, right? You're looking at the score and just breathing confidence into these ladies. It's a tough first match. But again, it's confidence. And you have to understand that it's a long tournament. There's another game, and these games come at you quick, right? So you can't have a bad game deflate you too long. You gotta have a short memory, right? And that's what the tough players do, is that they forget about yesterday, whether they have a good game or a bad game. They forget about yesterday, and they're on to tomorrow.
Diaz surveying the floor here. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Whalen breaking down the loose ball. Perez deep off its mark. And Raven Johnson with 14 seconds. Team USA. Let's see if they hold out for the final shot here. Betts, skip pass to Shu. That pass nearly taken away. Shu, 3-ball. And it's off. She was the last one on the roster that needed to score for Team USA. Regardless, it is the #1 team in the world that has a big opening statement in its first game. Final score 80-54.
That was dominance, right? They came out, shared the basketball, 21 assists on 28 made field goals. And, you know, I spoke about the turnovers earlier. Yeah, that's going to have to be cleaned up. They're going to have to shore that up a bit. 23 turnovers. It's not going to be sustainable over the course of this tournament. But this is a good team, right? Good players, great players, young players, and they're hungry. You can tell they're like sponges, they're coachable, and you can see it in how they play for each other on the court. So, expect big things from them in this tournament. A great first start from them. And they came out, they threw the first punch, and they were just consistent and persistent and dominant right from the game.
Well, it's Coach Mary Etheridge with her first win as a national team head coach and a roster full of youngsters. Meanwhile, Venezuela will look to pick up the pieces and take the good and some of the bad with them as they continue to work to improve throughout the rest of this tournament. They got a lot of fans here, I'll tell you that. So lots of love in the stands for Venezuela. A look here at some of those final stats, Javon.
I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up. I love it. The players coming over, Barker coming over, Reese coming over to the kids on the sideline, just showing them a lot of love. I tuned out there, but again, to the stats, 62 rebounds, and that's a big difference maker. When you have 62 rebounds to Venezuela's 33, that's just an indication how aggressive, how assertive you are early, and a measure of how tough you're playing, right? And you saw that from USA today.
Maybe next time we can convince our directing team to basically follow the star players. Can we follow the star players afterwards when they give all the autographs and photographs? Okay, I'll take that as a yes, but here's a glance back at all the top plays in the fourth quarter for all of you watching at home. So Team USA stepping out in their AmeriCup debut with a statement win over Venezuela, and nearly everybody on this new roster found a way to score, and everybody impactful for Team USA. We'll take a look at the scores now as